Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ubuntu channel. We are live today on the 18th of August 2023, and we've got a lot of items, a lot of issues that we need to discuss today pertaining to Zambian football because the league is back, and we'll be looking at the fixtures that will be taking place this weekend, tomorrow and Sunday. And of course, we know that there was a game today, and we're going to talk about that. Uh, I'm joined by the Ubuntu analyst, Lamek is here, and also Mr. Habia is here joining us as well, just to help us discuss and analyze the issues that we have, the update concerning the World Cup, and also the Hazel Nali issue. There was a lot of talk, stories that were going around the time that she was reported as injured, and we have an update now for you, and we'll talk about Hazel Nali. But for now, let me welcome Mr. Abia. Mr. Abia, good evening. Welcome to Ubuntu Sports.
Thank you so much, Ruben. It's a lovely good evening to you and Ramek, and of course to the viewers. Here in Eastern Province, you have so much expectations on Chipata United. They have given also a second chance to the second playoff tomorrow at 10 hours at Edwin Imbwera Stadium. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Lamek, good evening. Welcome to Ubuntu Sports. And, Mr. Abia has already started the issue of the playoff tomorrow.
Yes, good evening, Ruben and Mr. Abia. We also say good evening to everyone watching us, wherever you're watching us from. Mr. Abia comes in with the issue of the playoffs. It's something that two teams that have been given a second bite. Chipata United, they did so well in the playoffs. Now they have been given a second chance. Can they take it? Well, we wait to see tomorrow at 13 after the match. For Livingston Pirates, another golden opportunity. The gods of the fours seem to favor the Pirates because last time they were relegated, they were handed a lifeline by one of the military clubs that had withdrawn from the league. Now we have another situation. A team has been demoted. Butcon. Pirates have also been given another opportunity. In as much as we have had contrasting opinions about it, I think we wait to see the match tomorrow.
In your opinion, Lamek, after the what happened to Bitcoin, we talked about it last week. But in your opinion, how did you want FAS to handle this case after demolition? Do you expect an automatic qualification for Chipata United, or maybe just replace one of the teams like what happened last week, last season? There seems to be a shift now.
Yeah, there has been a shift, and for me, I think the Chipata United deserved it, or maybe if to seem fair, would have done Chipata United versus River Plate. I think those are teams that fought at the playoffs and then finished third in their groups, so would have given them an opportunity to get that slot. But again, Livingston Pirates, I may not understand where the decision had come from to grant Livingston Pirates that opportunity. But I think the relegated teams are relegated. Again, if you run back to a few seasons ago, Lusaka Dynamos also benefited when the teams were increased. They were almost relegated, but they survived after the league had increased the number of teams that were being promoted. So it may be something of similar occurrence, but it is a different case. But we wish both teams all the best, but I was expecting that either a direct Chipata United go through or maybe play off with River Plate.
It is what it is now. It's confirmed. It's Chipata United versus Livingston Pirates. Let me get your prediction before we move forward, because this is a unique game, Lamek.
I think Chipata United. I'm not so updated with how they fared in the transfer window, if they've let any of their players go, or how they have reinforced the team. But for Pirates, there's been, a number of players have left the club, and also we have seen the first assistant and the head coach leaving Pirates. With that background, it's difficult to pick a prediction because both teams have gone a transition. But Pirates come in as favorites because they are coming from a much stronger league compared to Chipata United. I can give Pirates the benefit of doubt. I think they can pull through this. But for Chipata, they'll need a lot of character, and it's possible for them to win. But for this one, I'll give it to Livingston Pirates. I think they have the slight edge over Chipata United.
That's a big blow to Mr. Abia. Mr. Abia, you've heard the contribution by Lamek. It is more like a final match deciding who qualifies. Both of them have been given a second chance. Who do you think will carry the day?
Um, from the look of things and the information gathered by myself and colleagues here in Eastern Province, it seems like this playoff is favoring Chipata United. Why I say so? Because from the first division one league, all the players for Chipata United are there. No one has shifted from Chipata United to another club. And also, there is not any player that has been registered, a new player that has been registered to Sparta United. It's only those players that were there at the playoff in the league. These are the same players that have been picked with the team to be there in Lusaka. And with the new rule that I have heard from Paz, that they will pick players that were registered from the previous season, then this rule can be a big blow to Livingston Pirates, because the information that I had is that most of the players have been shifted, transferred to another clubs. And I wonder if they have managed to gather a strong team that can compete with Sparta United, because new registered players, they are not allowed to participate in this playoff, because this is a playoff which contains the players that were there in the previous season. So if this law is valid, then Sparta United have upper hands tomorrow in the tomorrow's games. But if this law will not be valid, the players that have been registered, that have been bought by these two teams, maybe we can see a battle in the penalty shootouts together, because Sparta United, Ruben, they have walked away all the season unbeaten. In the playoff, unbeaten. They just lost that slot with a goal disadvantage. This is the law that make Sparta United not qualify. But they have never lost a game. So I don't think tomorrow we are expecting a lose, but a win. If not a win, a draw, then we'll finish off to the penalty shootout. That's my submission, Ruben.
All right. I can confirm today I was at Edwin Mbwela watching the game for Ankwazi and Konkola Blades, and I can confirm the Chipata United team is in Lusaka, because they came through just to watch the game that was taking place today at Edwin Mbwela, and also have a feel of the pitch. But I'm not so sure if Livingston Pirates are in Lusaka yet, or they're on the road, because Livingston is quite far from Lusaka. I'm not so sure if they're in Lusaka yet. But for now, let's turn to the Women's World Cup taking place in New Zealand and Australia. Interesting results. Now we know the final two who are there. And let's start with the first semi-final that we had, gents, and it was Spain that carried the day. And beating Australia, the hosts, by 2 goals to 1. Lamek, I'm sure you watched the game. How did you feel? And Spain is breaking records. They're now in the finals.
Yeah, Spain coming into the final, they faced a difficult task against the Sweden team that that was well oiled. They were physically fit. It was a very physical contest. Spain showed a lot of character. They were direct in their approach. They fought for every ball. They never gave Sweden that time on the ball. They pushed in as much as they were physically at a disadvantage, but they pushed themselves to the edge. And then they managed to get those goals to secure a place in the final. A final which they are. This is their first time reaching the final, so the debutants in the final. It's a big, it's a big achievement for Spanish football. They've been pushing in resources, but it's finally paying off. Looking at the match, the quality of the opponent that they played, Sweden is a top quality opponent. And then ahead of them is an English side that also has a lot of pedigree. There are no pushovers. They've earned their right to be here. And we also have Lauren James who will be available. Yes, she poses a threat if she plays in the final. But again, I still feel Spain have a more balanced team compared to the English. It's going to be a difficult context for both teams, but kudos to Spain. They did a lot of homework. They put in a lot of work. Even after losing to Japan, being humiliated, they managed to pick up the pieces and fought their way through to the final. It's not a mean achievement.
Yeah, not a mean achievement. Mr. Abi, I want to get also your thoughts on this game. Interesting game. We only saw goals in the 80th minute. All the 3 goals came in the dying minutes of the game.
Yes, sometimes football is so fun, and it can also show you how football is. But from the word go, Spain has been playing a good football. That 4-0 that they lost to Japan, it was a game which those teams, Japan and Spain, were already qualified to the knockout stages, and they opted to use the players from the bench. So I think that game cannot be contributed to say Spain are out of contenders. They are really a contending team, and it's about also composure that this team has been showing. Okay, Spain is a team that really likes to play football 1-2 passes. They like building up from the defense to the midfield to the striking force. And the only difference Sweden was they have physically players. These players, when they do some run, they can surprise you. But that day, I think Spain played really well because they had some ball possession for some time, and they really managed to score a goal. That was not easy for a player because I was not expecting that goal, the first goal that Spain scored, and also the equalizing goal from Sweden. I thought that game was going to extra time, but you know, as players have said that football is played on the pitch, we find solution in the pitch. That's what Spain did. They find solution in the pitch and they managed to score from afar. I think for me that was a goal of the tournament. If in the final or tomorrow we'll not see another goal better than that, I think that first goal, that second goal for Spain, for me will stand as the best goal of the tournament.
All right. Now, when you look at the final, Mr. Abia. It's England with Spain. Big teams, big names. Who do you think is going to carry the day on Sunday?
It's a very difficult one to pick because when you see the English side, England, this is the team that won European champion last year, and they managed also to beat some big teams. And this is a team that has been together for quite some time. You see, their combination is just the same. They play football. When it comes to scoring, they score. So I think I would say England as the champions. For me, I think as the European champion, I expect them to win to be the world champion. But I can't rule out Spain. This will be a 50-50 situation because both teams have a good defense, good midfield, good striking force. But when it comes to scoring, I think England stand a better chance of breaking that defense for Spain and find an opportunity. So if they can find one or two goals, Spain is down. I think that will be the end of the game. But Ruben, I can say 90 minutes. It will end in a draw. Then the game can be finished off in the extra time or in the penalty shootout. But England stand a better chance to win.
England stand a better chance. Still talking of the World Cup updates. Now we were told that Hazel Nali had some surgery, which was successful there in Australia, and this was confirmed by the ambassador, Mr. Elias Munsha. Lamek, not a bad news, but now everyone seems to have agreed of what Faz had brought to the table, saying the player is injured. That's the reason why he's not taking part. But we had other issues that came along with that. What do you make of this story for Hazel Nali?
There were a lot of misconceptions when it came to the Hazel Nali situation. I think we all will know of the different sides when it comes to the association, the critics, the people that side with the association, and all of that, and the varying points of views. Those that wanted to drive a certain narrative against the association. There are those that believed when the association wrote. There are those that after they found out, they still found a way to continue with the same narrative that they had at first, but just remodeled their narrative. But again, I think it's a positive on the part of Hazel Nali. An ACL injury is one of the most difficult injuries to recover from, and then the fact that she went through a successful operation is a huge plus. Now we wait to see how she cooperates and how she recuperates, because now the operation is one part. The second part is now her recovering. Yes, she will be doing a number of rehabilitation exercises, and then she will also go through some physio sessions before she leaves New Zealand, so that some preliminary checks will be done, some post operation checks will be done to look at the repairs and how far they have gone in terms of if the healing has started or what. Then she will need 6 months to a year to actually get to a point where she can come back on the field again. So it's gonna be a lengthy road. She will need a lot of support, not only emotional support, but also financial support, because she has to continue doing physio sessions. At some point, she doesn't need to exert a lot of pressure on that leg. It's a really complex phase that she has entered into, and then with the right amount of support, I think we'll get our number one back. But again, you know, being in the position that she is, it's always difficult as a female footballer to get out of such situations, because now the limited finance, the limited resource that she will be exposed to, uh, and then the conditions here in Zambia may not be so favorable. So there's actually a lot that is on the plate, but with support, I think she will get there. She will recover well, and then we will have her back at a certain period. But she doesn't need to push herself too much. I think she may just need to take it easy, and time is the best healer. She will heal. She'll be better.
All right, Mr. Abia, I also want to get uh, your contribution on this topic concerning Hazel Nali's injury.
Ruben, when you're having a critics, it means that you have a full support. That's a language that I can use because you cannot criticize something that you are not in support of. So when that injury occurred, even the player herself couldn't believe that she was injured until MRI scan was done. You know, MRI scan doesn't lie. When they say this is the results, believe you me, that's a result. But after a successful surgery, I think Hazel Nari will get better because the moment the time frame that has been given is 6 months or 1 year. This will depend on a player physical body on how we will react to that surgery. So I think the best thing was the pain was removed and the surgery was successful. So the difficult thing is to recover. That will take some time for a player to recover because when you recover from such injuries, for you to get back at your feet, it takes some time. So I hope better for Hazonari and also for Faz for managing uh, her operation very well because it's not easy when you have some team also criticizing you, criticizing your management. Yeah, that shows that the fans they love you. So I think I wish Hazonari well.
Great. Now, let me announce that indeed the Zambian Super League is back and football is back here in Zambia. Tomorrow, we've got a lot of fixtures. But before we do that, Lamek, Mr. Abia, sorry, just on day one today, we saw Nkwazi playing Konkola Blades, and we've got a log leader on the first day of the league. Mr. Abia, Nkwazi won today, beating Konkola Blades by a goal to nil. What do you make of that game?
I think Nkwazi starting the game at home and winning by a one goal to nil. I think this is a good result for Nkwazi and also for the fans. And when you start a game, you expect nothing but 3 points. But what was lacking for the team today was to get more goals in this game. Concola Blades, for them to be called Blades, it means that there is a fight because there was a fight today, which the team show. I think Ruben, from today going forward, we'll be expecting a lot from Premier League. But our teams, Ruben, have one weakness: scoring. Scoring has been a problem. So I don't know when are we going to deal with this disease because if you're not scoring goals, you can't win. No matter how you play better, or you play well. But by the end of the day, goals are the ones that are being counted for you to win. So I think for the players that for the team that are playing in the Super League, Zambia Super League, they have to up their game because scoring goals has been a problem. You find that it's a 1-0 game, 1-0, 0-0. Or when the game finish off 2-1, that is a magic. There was a magician there. So I think for today's game, Kwazi played really well, and I think I hope the team can continue on that pace. We can see a lot from Kwazi, though we are expecting another teams to play tomorrow and then Sunday. So I wish them well from Kwazi. And as the Concola players, are they going back home? They have uh, they have some questions to ask themselves. Where did they go wrong? I think today it's only the defense that have been killed, and midfield was not equal to the task at the end. But I think Congola Blaze has also a good team.
All right. At this point, let me welcome Lawrence. Lawrence, welcome to Ubuntu Sports as we welcome the Zambian Super League.
Thank you so much, Ruben, and good evening to everybody tuned in to the program. And it's always great to see the start of the season. Every league, but especially the Zambian Super League. Interesting stuff. So much expectations that we have. Hoping to see improvements in the league. Hoping to see performances that we probably missed last season, and also a lot of questions to be answered by the virtue that the new season has just begun. We want to know who is going to win the league. We want to see who is going to pick up the early pace, who is going to start the season well, who is going to start the season badly, who is going to do this, who's going to do that, who is going to show us some skills and form just at the start of the season. So it's always important and always great to see the start of the new season, Ruben.
Indeed. And just today, some fans for Nkwazi, after the game they had today with Concola Blades, after winning the game by a goal to nil, they're saying, we're the log leaders, Lawrence.
Yes, they are the log leaders, though I think early games others have not yet played. But as much as Abi alluded to, where we have a problem with scoring, obviously, all the time, it's where we always seem to lack. But I think last season, I remember we started with this same kind of talk, and towards the end of the season, we saw some improvements when it comes to the goals department. Goals started coming in. We started seeing games. I remember Ruben, we witnessed a game going 3-3. Those things were not happening at the early start of the season last season, but we feel probably it's the same thing that is going to happen this year. Some teams start slow, others will start big, but hopefully we can see some more goals, Ruben.
But I don't know if you've forgotten, but last season also Bitcoin gave us was allowing a lot of goals every time they are playing the matches, especially in the second round of the fixtures. Mr. Abia, let me get your prediction before we look at the fixtures. Who is going to make it in the top 4 this season, and who do you feel are going to be relegated?
All right. I think this season, though I have not yet to see how the other teams are going to play, but my top 4 is Zesco United, Power Dynamos, FC Musa, Green Buffaloes. These are my top 4 teams. Talking about relegations, I can't go there right now.
Mr. Abia, I've not heard
Yes,
Nkana in the top. Have you given up in terms of top 4? And they'll be playing at Woodlands this season.
my top four I've given out is Zesco United, Power Dynamos, FC Musa, and Green Buffaloes. Are we together there?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So there's no Nkana for you. Being a Nkana fan, I thought you would slot in Nkana in
Ah,
the team.
we
But
still, we still have
putting Lawrence team, Musa. to be in the top four?
We still have a lot of work to do, Ruben. Even if we can be in the top four, I don't think we can do something at continental football. We need to strengthen our defense, our striking force, midfield. I think, Ruben, to be honest with you and the viewers there outside, we have a lot of work to do. I support Nkana. I'm a fully Nkana Ghana fan, but I can't say Ghana will be in the top four. If we're going to be in the top four, that will depends on our fighting spirit that we can have this season. But for now, I think top five is our best thing.
All right, and the teams to be relegated.
ah, anyway, we'll see by the end of the season. I can't predict for now.
Lawrence, give us your top four predictions. We've heard Abia putting Power Dynamos and Musa who are playing Continental, but in the recent past, what we've seen is most teams that are playing Continental they usually struggle and they don't make it into the top four. Is this a different season where you are seeing a different result for those that are participating in the Continental, playing Continental football?
I don't think so, Ruben. Especially for Musa, I worry quite a lot. It's not just about the continental football we are looking at. It's also the aspect of the fact that the coach is no longer with them. I think that is where problems kick in. Musa should have fought hard to maintain the team as it was, so that they can spend more time and probably just start making some few additions here and there. So that's what makes me worry. Quite a little bit for Musa. As for Power Dynamos, I think they have the experience anyway. I worry for their continental
Hey, Lawrence, are you there?
can you
I
hear me,
don't think.
Ruben?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay, I was saying, I hope you heard me when I said I worry for Musa quite a bit.
Ye- Yes, yes.
Yeah, and that is what makes me kind of I think put Musa outside the top four for now. I think so. My prediction for top four actually has Zanaco, Zesco, Power Dynamos, and quite tricky. But I would say Ghana actually. Ghana also for me, I think they can make it into the top four.
Great. Any teams that you feel will be relegated?
Ruben, I'm sorry, but I know we are welcoming Mutondo Stars we're welcoming them into the league this year, but I don't see how they'll sustain their stay in the league up to next year. Also, I think Trident FC also should have quite a little bit of should have some worries of how they're going to survive. Um, I don't know, but uh, Concola Blades as well. For me, I think they are showing today is something to give us some worries. Uh, Actually, they should worry for their stay in the league. Looking at what they gave us today, I think this is just the beginning of their troubles.
All right. Let's look at these two teams that now are participating in Continental. Starting with Musa. I know you've raised the issue of the coach, but there was no way the coach Lamek Banda would coach Musa in the Continental because he didn't have the qualification for him to coach a team in continental football. I think some of that's the part of the reasons maybe he would have left. We're not so sure why he left. There are a lot of issues a lot of speculations. But Musa is in Equatorial Guinea, and they'll be playing tomorrow at 17 hours Zambian time versus Kano Sport. Uh, Gents, I want your predictions for this game. First game for Musa in the Continental. Do you feel Musa might perform wonders? Might be a surprise package like last season, Lawrence?
Negative on that. Um, uh, I love Zambian teams. I love Zambian football. I love Musa actually per se. They won my heart last season. Early on last season, I could see they were on to something big. Even when I think I mentioned them as one of the teams that I worry to be relegated. When you asked me this, the question that I was just answering previously. But when I look at Continental, especially away from home, Ruben, it's a different ballgame altogether. Especially in West Africa, experience has taught us that probably West Africa is a very hostile environment for our teams. It's very difficult to pick up a result in West Africa. So, based on that, I think Musa should just ensure that they do not get humiliated there. Um, Lose by a goal or at most the two goals, and probably you stand a chance to come and make men's here in Zambia. But as things stand, I think it's just a matter of damage control.
Wow. Mr. Abia, you've read the fixture. It's Kano Sport versus Moza tomorrow, 17 hours. First game for them in the Confederation Cup. What do you think of Moza's chances of qualifying to the next round or maybe winning it?
I think, yeah, Kano Sport is also a good team. And, when they are playing at home, they play football. But in the previous season, Kano Sport has not been playing well, or not been doing well. Maybe they'll start off against Moda, maybe. They can produce some magic and miracle there. But I don't believe in those miracles and magics because FC Musa, they're also a good side, though it's first time for them to play continental football, but they can use some results tomorrow, whether a draw, maybe for FC Musa. But my question is this one, Ruben. Is the former coach for FC Musa is not even also qualified to be a assistant coach in this tournament, or is he
He can
completely unqualified coach?
he can be an assistant, yes, but here it's about pride. Most people don't want to be assistant coach. Very few people do that. We saw it at Red Arrows, the time when they brought in Oswald Mutap because Chisimbewe didn't have the qualifications for him to coach a team in the Continental. We saw them. They brought in Oswald Mutapa who had the qualifications, and when they registered, they put Oswald Mutapa as the head coach during the continental matches. But it was the other way around when it comes uh, to local games. They put Oswald Mutapa as just one of the technical uh, uh, bench, and Chisimbe was as a coach. So it was possible for them, but not to lead the team in terms of coaching them in the continental. Issues of pride. I don't know. We don't know. We can just speculate.
All right. I think it could have been best for a team like FC Musa to keep the man, be assistant coach and maintain his salary, or to be on the technical bench. Because I'm saying this, Ruben, because of the friendship that he has built with the team, with the players, from the beginning of the season till the end. And for these players to start now having confidence in the new coach, uh, friendship also, it takes some time to build friendship like this one. But I hope this will not affect the team. But I think the team can fight if they can continue from where they ended last season. I think they can qualify. They can be in the group stage, but not winning the title. But they can qualify to the group stage.
All right, let's look at the Champions League, the CAF Champions League, where we've got our own Power Dynamos. Will be in Namibia to play African Stars. Also, the game is tomorrow, starting exactly at 15 hours. We've seen Power Dynamos playing two games already, Lawrence. The first game with Simba, they lost. We came to the Charity Shield last week, playing against Forest Rangers. They were lost in the Forest Lawrence, how do you make of Power Dynamo's chances in this game in Namibia?
Well, I think sometimes we try to overrate the Charity Shield uh, as if it's a very 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 big match. Let's just state facts. Charity Shield is just it's a
Opening
friendly,
match.
but just a glorified friendly. That's how I look at it. So I think Charity Shield doesn't determine really how good or bad the season is going to be. And of course, against Simba, those are actually one of the African giants right now. So losing against Simba, I think, is something that you cannot really fault them so much. It's because you see Simba even have the money to spend on transfers, which Power Dynamos do not have. So the power, the financial muscle, the experience muscle, everything favors Simba. So uh, uh, I can't really call it that it was much of a shocker. But going to Namibia, I think this team should get a result. Honestly speaking, um, I don't think there is a team that they can fail to beat in Namibia. I really do not think so. We should be in a position where we look at our teams and be able to gauge them. And when I weigh them with their opponents for tomorrow, I think our Power Dynamos are a superior side, and they should come back with a victory. Though I suspect it will be a very slender victory because of the fact that they are away from home, but come back home and see, it should be a better win for them.
All right, you're undermining the game against Simba. Interesting part is that the one who is going to qualify in this round, they'll meet Simba United.
True, they will beat Simba, but then it becomes a problem to solve. We'll cross the Simba bridge when we get there. The task ahead of Power Dynamos right now is to make sure that they go and face Simba. How do they do that? It's by beating. It's by winning tomorrow, and winning tomorrow is a must. And I think they will achieve that.
All right, Mr. Abia, because of time, I want us to have a review of the Zambian Super League fixtures that will be played tomorrow and Sunday. And the first game tomorrow is Napsa Stars will be hosting Zesco United. This game is going to be played at Woodland Stadium. And also the second game, Nkana are hosting Red Arrows, also being played at Woodland Stadium. Your predictions and how you see these games coming out.
NAPSA Stars versus Zesco, I think I would say a better chance for NAPSA to beat Zesco. So it will be a win for NAPSA. If not a win, it will be a draw. And as for Nkana, Red Arrows is a good side, but to try by all means to beat them by 1-0.
Mm. Interesting result there. Lawrence, what do you see these games coming out?
Honestly speaking, when I look at both games, I think they are written stalemates all over them. 0-0-0-0, and that's all I can see. The more I think about them, the more I see 0-0 on these games.
Pro for all of them. Wow. Let's look at the Sunday fixtures. Forest Rangers will be at home against Kawe Warriors, and Mfulira United Awine Chungulu will be at home hosting Green Buffaloes. How do you look at these games, Lawrence?
For Forest United, I think should carry the day with a very slender win, probably 1-0. Uh, as always, anyway, at the start of the season, that's what we get. Um, uh, for you said Bufulia Wanderers, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
hosting
Bufulia Wanderers.
Green
Yeah,
Buffaloes.
yeah. Bufulia Wanderers and Green Buffaloes probably a stalemate as well.
you see a lot of draws. What about you, Mr. Abia? Forest Rangers at home against Kawa Warriors, Mufulia Wanderers at home against Green Buffaloes.
If there is a team so far that I have noticed that they are ready for Premier League is Fore Marembe, that is Forest Rangers. And I think against Sky Warriors tomorrow, yes, they may give them a good fight, but Forest Rangers will carry the day, no matter how. And for my team, Frida Wanderers, I have not followed the team yet to see how are they. They have moved on with the maybe they have bought a new players or whatever. But on paper, we can say Green Buffaloes they stand a better chance. But my team Florida Wanderers, as you said, looking that this is a team that is my team to win a chungulo. But I think Green Buffaloes they stand a better chance to win. Better to that it will be a draw, as Roland said.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Abia, and thank you very much, Lawrence, for coming through, and also Lamek. This is where we come to the end of this week's edition of Ubuntu Sports. We'll continue coming every Friday, same time, 20 hours, giving you update of how the Zambia Super League will be going, all the results, or the news that will be happening. We'll give you just right here on Ubuntu. But for now, it's goodbye from us and see you next week, same time. Bye.